It is Monday, November 1st, 2021. How do you like my hat? It's your girl Lilz, aka Fiyah Lilz, aka Lily like the flower. And welcome back to my channel. This is Fiyah Life Productions. And today I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna see how consistent I can be this week, considering I am unable to edit things on any of my devices due to storage space. And honestly, I'm just not ready to commit to $2,000 in new devices, 2K plus. So I can record on my phone as long as I just record straight through without any interruptions and I don't have to do much editing. And anyway, you don't need to know all that. But basically, I just want to come on here and chat about what's on my mind, what's on my head, and take it from there. So I was wondering, like, what is the biggest reason why I myself or anyone may fall off when it comes to being creative or taking the time to, work on your art and being consistent at that when you're good at something and you want to put it out there, but what are the hurdles and obstacles that kind of get in your way? For me personally, I really had to learn how to pivot and to not take roadblocks as cliffs, like where I would just fall off and the dream or the goal would just go to die. I had to switch my thought process in terms of, if something goes wrong, it's not necessarily over. It's mostly a matter of, okay, how can I pick up my things and move on from this? What do I have to leave behind? What do I take forward with me? Like, in what areas do I need to change and improve? Or in what ways do I need to stay set and keep it pushing? So when it comes to creating, I love to talk to a camera. I just love it. I think a part of it is also because I don't socialize as much as I used to, and I don't go out as much as I used to, and I have traits of an introvert and extrovert. But when I'm in front of a camera, it's just easier for me to talk and just to be more present with my thoughts, and there isn't much anxiety or overthinking or distractions. And there's more space to have these type of conversations versus sometimes when I am out or I am with, family, friends, or whoever it may be, I'll either be so present in that moment that I don't get to have these deep conversations. But anyway, when it comes to being a creative, I've definitely noticed that in the beginning of my process, I would just stop entirely versus pushing forward. And I had to find a way out of that. So if that meant, okay, well, if I can't record, let me go write. Let me go just brainstorm ideas. Let me go write outlines or scripts for future videos. The other part of me was like, okay, let me just record a bunch of videos, and then when I can edit, I can just start editing. And I'm still kind of in that place, in that mode right now. But also on the other side of that is, like, when it comes to time, a lot of my time has been taken up by my business, the business that is paying the bills right now. And that is something I've been working towards and praying for and wanting. And then sometimes when I'm in it and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I prayed for. This is the moment I've been wanting, financially, like, I'm blessed, all of that stuff. But then I'm like, oh my God, but it's so boring. It's so tiring, all of that stuff. But then I have to remind myself that not just is it's paying the bills, that it's a priority of mine, and I asked for this. Yes, I can always, if I truly hated it, I could get out of it. But it would have to take a lot of sacrifice and struggle to build up another business, and those habits and that boringness and that tiredness would still exist even in the work I do that I have fun with and I am passionate about. So I'm kind of in a space right now where a lot of my time is devoted to the business aspect, and I'm learning that, okay, if I can master these skills, these habits, this consistency with this business, and just master it and sacrifice my time to build those habits in this business, I can apply that in the next business, or in my next, whatever I'm passionate about next. And I always was discouraged whenever I would go to like entrepreneurship workshops or meetings, and just to get help on how to run a business. This is before I even quit my job or anything. I've always been interested in business. It just so happened that real estate was the vehicle that would drive me into this industry. And I would always go into these meetings saying, oh, I do this and I do this. I do this and I do this. There was one time I was doing I said I was doing transaction coordination in real estate, which I'm still doing now, and fitness. I was on my fitness grind. I had lost a bunch of weight, but it wasn't just on the physical tip. I had learned, just the mental aspects of weight, the psychological aspects, plus had better eating habits. It finally was all like making sense. So I was like, oh, I'm going to start a fitness business. Like, I even had clients that I met with on the weekends or sometimes the weekdays. They were all the homies, but it was motivating. I was ready to just get certified as a trainer. Even when I joined a new gym, this could have been like a marketing ploy just to get me to sign up. I don't know what it was, but the manager there was very adamant about me becoming a trainer. So I was like, wow, this is like my new life. And the people at the workshop were like, you can't do both at once. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm here to get training. I'm here to learn. Like, why can't I run two businesses at once? And fast forward to me today, where I still have my real estate business, which is growing and it's beginning to flourish and thrive. But I'm also like, oh, I want to work on Fiyah Life Productions, and what does that look like for me? And when it came down to it, I really had to pick, what do I have more time for and what do I not? But then at the same time, how can I still chip away at one while I'm giving more energy into the other? So it finally clicked in my brain why you only do one or the other. And it's not that you can't have two businesses at once. For me, at least, I was so naive and so new to this business world that it was important for me, and it still is, to learn and master these skills and truly understand how to manage my time and how to run a business properly. And if I'm splitting my time in two different directions, two completely separate niches and industries, and it just wouldn't work out. So now, as much as I just want to sit here and figure out this YouTube situation and make money from my content and pitch myself to brands or generate income creatively, I still don't know how to run a business entirely, at least in the beginning phases of everything. And as much as I was trying to escape real estate and get out of that, I had to do some internal work to realize that, oh, once I mastered real estate and the business of real estate, or just business 101, and apply it into my real estate business, then I can branch off and, I can start hiring, outsourcing my work and kind of getting myself out of that business so I can still generate income. Then I could branch out and start doing more creative work like this, doing videos, helping create content with my people and branching out and learning new skills. Maybe it's film, camera, lighting, editing, or writing, just more production work, or on the business end of things and sharing that knowledge with people. So once I realized that, it took a lot of pressure off me first of all, but then I also was like, okay, there was a meme, I think it said, I have a 5-year plan that I want to accomplish in the next 3 minutes or something like that. So I had to get out of that hype. I had to get out of that mentality of like, if I don't do it now, it's not ever going to happen. And honestly, that's how you can be so quick to burn out, be so quick to lose sight of what you're actually wanting to do with your craft, your hobbies, your passions. And that's how everything just kind of falls apart, is a mismanagement of time, mismanagement of your mental health. Because the second something goes wrong, you're thinking you're flying off of that cliff, when in actuality, you probably just have a flat tire and you need to, or you got lost and you just got to reroute and go a different direction. And having that patience and that mindset and that awareness has really helped me to be better at managing both my hobbies and my passions and my business, and both could still coexist. And I'm grateful for that realization, because had I not had it, I would probably be fighting against my real estate business and creating this resistance that didn't need to exist, because I thought I needed to focus in one area. Whereas like building within my real estate business is kind of like conditioning and practice before the big game. And me venturing out to have a production company is the season. It's the big game. It's me getting on that field and actually implementing what I learned behind the scenes, night after night, hour after hour. And that's the other thing, is like, I thought getting rid of real estate was going to magically make my life so much better. And that wasn't the case. Honestly, it's like, there are parts of this job I despise, and I'm learning as you become an entrepreneur, those are the type of things that you should outsource and, have someone else do. And that was another aspect of just me switching my mindset, was like, okay, yes, I want to earn money, I want to make money, I want to save, I want to invest, all that stuff, but I have to consider like, okay, an entrepreneur doesn't necessarily work in the business, but they work on the business. And if I truly want to be an entrepreneur, a boss and all that, I need to get comfortable with outsourcing and asking for help and being able to afford that help. So there are so many things we just kind of underestimate when it comes to whether we're working for money or working for free. I think when it comes to actually committing to something and investing our time, when you love something, it's the mismanagement of time that can either derail us or just stop us entirely, and have us wondering like, dang, what would have happened if I had followed through with that goal or that dream. And when in actuality, maybe it's just a pivot, or it's a pause for a certain amount of time that you kind of go back to and you revisit. But for me, at least, it definitely it was just an awareness of not trying to rush through everything to get it all done ASAP, but mostly to just be okay with the parts that suck, and recognizing that even if I'm working in a business or doing something that I absolutely love, there's still going to be parts that will not be so fun, that will want me to that'll keep me in bed and not wanting to get out of bed and wanting to go do something more fun per se. But and kind of just spreading out my dreams, my goals, and the tasks within that have just kept me from burning out and not necessarily feeling like I'm missing out on anything, or that one won't happen unless the other um, doesn't. And I'm just continuing to build and take my time. I'm going to see how consistent I can be with YouTube, just to kind of get back into the little algae, the little algorithm, and just talk. I'm not going to worry about my videos being perfect or how long or how short they need to be. It'll be very little edits, actually no edits, because I can't really download any new content onto my phone because of the lack of space. So until I get new devices and upgrade all my equipment, I'm not going to let that stop me from creating or talking about what's on my heart. Whether it makes sense to you or not, it's helping me heal. It's helping me get the thoughts that are in my mind out of me. So consider this like my online journal in a sense, which I love to do. I journal often. Actually, here's my journal right here. It's a little sample. These aren't for sale just yet, but I figured if I'm gonna journal, I might as well journal in my own journal that I made, that I created, and I could support myself doing so. So stay tuned for that. These are other projects that I have in the pipeline, as well as these hats, more merch. This was a practice run. Everything is a practice run right now, but I'm building it with you all. I want to be transparent. I want to show you guys what that's like. So for anyone that wants to take their creative ideas and make it into a clothing line or build an online store, what I know I can help, whatever I know, I want it to help others thrive and just take off with that as well, because I like to do a lot of things. And that's the thing about, being a multi-passionate, multi-hyphenate entrepreneur, things like that. It's like I want to do so much, and I feel like, oh my God, I learned I realized this so late in the game. I feel like I'm playing catch up. When in actuality, it's like, okay, well, if I just devote the next 30 days to something, whether, in my business, say the financial part of it, that will benefit me for years. And then I won't have to be so wrapped up in that. So it's like, if I kind of just divide each task into smaller tasks, it'll make for an easier process moving forward. And if I'm unable to edit, then what can I do to get these videos out? Do I need to go live? Do I need to just record raw on my phone without having to make any edits and work? And this can also help me with my public speaking, looking at the camera, not looking away so much. I talk with my hands a lot. Are my hands too big for the camera? And also, I made these hats because I was like, I'm tired of having to fix my hair. Because before, I made the merch so I wouldn't have to think about managing my time on how I'm going to find an outfit. What am I going to wear on camera? So I was like, let me create a merch line. Then it became, oh, I need a haircut. I haven't gotten a haircut, or my hair colored or dyed in a long time. Let me just make some hats. I love wearing hats. Why not wear my own hats, right? So I still got my entrepreneurial spirit going. Fiyah Life Productions exists. Fiyah Life merch, products, things like that soon come. Bear with me. I'm not rushing this process. I'm taking my time. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm learning. I'm being present. I'm learning to not let hurdles, obstacles stop me or distract me. I'm just present, and that's all I can be. And when things are done, they'll be done. And when I need to accelerate and move faster, I will. But for now, I'm focused on learning how to run a business, embracing systems, embracing better time management, finding programs, systems, assistance, help that will make for more time, understanding the process of buying my time, and taking it from there. But for now, it is November 1st, 2021. And let's see how consistent I can be with these videos. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. I'm just going to do what I can. If that means I post once a week, glory be to God. If I post every day, woo, hallelujah. If it's once a month, it's enjoy the video. Until the next one. But in the meantime, go to fiyahlife.com, join my newsletter. You can also follow me and subscribe to my real estate channel, Transaction Care, on YouTube. My website is transactioncare.com. You can also go to lillianhernandez.com. Yes, the government. And all of my information will live on those websites, as well as here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I got, all of it, the TikTok. So just don't underestimate your time. Take the time to manage your time, and you will benefit from that. And I'm speaking to myself. I have to do weekly check-ins. I have to budget my time weekly the same way I budget my money and do my savings and investing and when I read and when I don't have time to read, when I have time to take courses and when I don't have time to take courses. So don't overwhelm yourself. It'll be okay. Just spread yourself out a little bit more to make these processes a little easier, and you'll be amazed at how much you can get done in 1 month. Believe me, I have had my head down, and these months have been flying by so quick to the point where I'm like, whoa, how are we in November? How am I already thinking about turkey and stuffing and Mariah Carey's on the, playing all over my feed when it was just the summer? Like, what? So the days will go by fast. So just fill it with things that bring you joy, people that bring you joy and will uplift you, encourage you. And anyone that is a hater needs to work on themselves. That's point blank, period. Don't take what they have to say don't take it to heart. If you feel like maybe it's triggering or it's an area where you need to work on, then, work on it. But for the most part, if anyone doesn't believe in you or doesn't see the vision, just know that it's going to be okay because it's your vision. And sometimes it'll be the closest people in your lives that won't understand what you're doing because that's just not for them. It's for them to support and be there for you. Yes, that's awesome. But if they don't understand what you're going through or what you're doing right away, don't spend too much time trying to explain it to them. Just be about that action. Take the steps necessary to achieve those goals. And when it's all said and done and you're sitting there at dinner with Beyonce or with whoever is at the top of your goals list, I think they'll get it at that point. So just keep creating, keep having fun, keep healing, and take it from there. 1 day at a time, 1 minute at a time, one task at a time. It'll all get done. And if it doesn't, at least you know you're still having fun and enjoying the moment, right? Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, post, bloggy blog, vloggy vlog, podcast, whatever this is, stay blessed. Fiyah stands for Fearless Individuality Yields Abundant Healing. It's all about healing, self-improvement in all areas, in all aspects. And we got this. Peace out.